Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Ringo TV Reactions back at you again with another one. In the news, Bishop Mariann Edgar pretty much begs Donald Trump to have mercy. Yeah, that's right. I want to talk about this and share my thoughts on this particular news story because the Bible is pretty clear that a woman is not supposed to be preaching various other things, but this woman is calling herself a bishop and so forth, which makes no sense. But that's the world we live in. So basically, let's listen to what she has to say and kind of make sense of what's going on here.
To have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now. There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families. Some who fear for their lives. And the people who pick our crops and clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and meatpacking plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals, they may not be citizens or have the proper documentation. But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors.
You see, there's a lot to unpack when we look at this. This is not even going to be a lengthy live stream, just going to be right to the point. The first thing you have to understand is this, right? We need to take control over what's going on in this country. And I find that when people like this Mariann Edgar speaks, she's speaking from a place that doesn't help the American people, right? I see a lot of people praising her, giving her all sorts of props for, I guess, saying what she have to say to Donald Trump. But there's a lot of problems with this because there's an issue, especially in New York, regarding migrants committing crimes, shooting people, stabbings, pushing people in front of trains, burning people alive. There are so many crimes that are going around, right? And I say pack them all up, ship them out. I agree that basically I agree with what the president is pretty much saying in terms of these different things that he's going to put in place. I think it's exactly what America need, because America is soft and we've been showing too much mercy, and all we've been doing is losing jobs. Crime is on a high. The rainbow is out of control. The kids are growing up confused. They don't know who they are. And it's just a mess. And whether you like Trump or not, the things that he's standing for is actually designed to make America great. It's designed to, I guess, restore value. I mean, even down to the situation regarding child support and taxes, where women won't be able to abuse the system and do a lot of dirt. They got to take accountability for their actions. All of these different things is not only helping, but it's holding everybody accountable. You got illegal immigrants running around, committing crimes, and this woman is talking about who's cleaning the floors and who's doing this. I mean, making a mockery of everything. But she's not talking about the crime. She's not talking about what's going on and what the fight is really against. How come she ain't begging Trump to close and ban LonelyFans, which promotes sex all day, destroying the minds of people? She ain't concerned with that. Her first initial thought is have mercy on the rainbow. But who does she serve? Does she serve God? Do you really think you can go to God and ask him to save and have mercy on the rainbow? You think that's going to sit well with God? No, that's not going to sit well. That's blasphemous. You know what I mean? That don't even make no sense. How could God have mercy on sin? That don't make sense. Let's hear what she said one more time.
You to have mercy upon the people in our country who are scared now.
What do you mean scared now? You should have been scared of God. I mean, if you're wicked and you're not doing what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to have a fear of God, but you don't. People don't have a fear of God. That's why judgment is going on. Right now in Cali, another new fire is breaking out. God's judgment is in the earth and everybody's still playing church. God is tired of all this BS, man. You know, Trump is sitting there like, look, I ain't trying to hear none of this mess.
There are gay, lesbian, and transgender children in Democratic, Republican, and independent families.
Why is she even bringing up children of the rainbow? Why is that even a topic? Like why are we even talking about that? It's like trying to guilt trip Trump into I guess being emotional about stuff that really does the American people no justice. It's time for people to really look at America and think about what's important and let's stop all this bullshit. Like, seriously, man. Isn't that what you vote a president in for, to stand on business? It seems like you folks will vote, and then when the president rules with an iron fist and set order against a lot of bull crap, you begin to look at him as if though he's not doing a good job, as if though he's, you know, ruining people's lives, breaking apart families. No, ship them all out. Everyone. Anyone that is illegal, anyone that don't got their paperwork, anyone that is over here taking away jobs, taking away space, using up taxpayer dollars, destroying the damn country, send them all back where they came from. Period. Because, see, I know what's going on in the world, and I don't really like to get involved in these political debates, but America is all messed up. And it's because we allow a lot of stuff. A lot of states are suffering right now the judgment of God because we're doing things that go against God. We're doing a lot of stuff, whether you believe in the Bible or not. It doesn't matter. Judgment is coming. And God is going to use whoever he want to use to set that order. See, here's the thing. A lot of times on social media, you hear a lot of Bible believers, Bible thumpers. They're always talking about Jesus this, Jesus that, always talking a load of shit, right? But these people are not in the political arena. These people are not into politics. These people are not presidents. These people are not governors, mayors. These people ain't doing shit but quoting scriptures. So what God has to do sometimes is he got to take men like Trump and others and basically make them do what is needed that these damn church folk don't do. These pastors, these preachers, these prophets, all of them are full of shit. None of them are serving God. You see, they're not. So I understand a lot of times Trump is not liked by a lot of, people from the Democratic Party and a lot of so-called churches. They don't like him because they've been promoting the Kamala lady. And it's just one big mess. You see what I'm saying? But this bishop lady is out of pocket. Now, let's continue to tape, and then we're going to look at what Trump's pretty much put out.
Some who fear for their lives.
I don't care if they fear for their lives. We as Americans are supposed to be concerned about our families and where this world is going. You understand? We got kids that we're raising, and these kids are confused in these schools because these teachers are telling them that, you know, they're not who they are. It's disgusting. It's crazy. It's crazy the type of things that are going on that we didn't grow up with. A lot of y'all didn't grow up in schools where, you know, they told you if you want to be a dog, you're a dog. You know, it's confusing.
And the people who pick our crops.
What do you mean the people who pick our crops? Why are you minimizing them as if though they're slaves? In other words, Trump, let's not deport the immigrants because they're picking our crops. Do you see how she's doing that? She's looking down on them. So let me get this straight. Americans don't pick crops. Americans don't work on the farms and do this and do that. She's making it seem as if though the immigrants got the bottom feeder jobs, and we need them to be here because we need somebody to mop our floors. She's disgusting. You understand? She is looking down on them as if though they have no real importance other than picking crops and mopping floors.
And clean our office buildings, who labor in poultry farms and
who clean our office buildings and labor in poultry farms and all this other mess. As if though a lot of you don't work in buildings that you clean and mop floors and do X, Y, and Z. Why she's labeling these folks as if though they got the bottom jobs. You got a lot of people that clean. What about us? You know, when I was on a 9-to-5 at the agency that let me go because I didn't want to take the mark of the beast or that potion sauce that they were giving out during the pandemic. When I was at that agency starting at the bottom of the totem pole before I rose in the ranks in a higher paying position, I started out cleaning buildings as a janitor, doing janitorial work. Cleaning buildings, mowing the lawn, doing compactors, doing all of that type of work. So what about all of us who labored in that field? You know, I don't want to hear no sob stories with people that are illegal, don't got their paperwork, and they come to America getting visas and getting all this extra stuff, and we've been over here and we don't get shit. I don't care about what they going through. It's survival of the fittest. Everybody can't be here. If there's no room on the bus, you got to get off the bus. Period. You don't think Trump understands and see the bigger picture of what's going on? There's a major mess in the world right now. And everybody playing games. Y'all ask for somebody to come in the office to clean up shop. He's there now and you complaining. Oh, we need to have mercy. No, forget all of that mercy stuff, man. Forget it. Go to New York right now and look at the crime. Look at the migrants. How they're committing crimes. Robbing people. Stabbings. Subway crimes. You name it. It's congested. It's too much people there. Shelters are filled, packed. It's crazy. You understand? It's a mess.
packing plants, who wash the dishes after we eat in restaurants and work the night shifts in hospitals.
Who cares? We work the night shift. How many of you work the night shift? You work the graveyard shift. You've been washing dishes. You've been doing all that work. Why she's making it seem like immigrants are doing all of these jobs? There's a lot of immigrants that come here and own businesses. Whereas the citizens who've been here forever, they don't got nothing.
They may not be citizens or have the proper documentation.
If they don't got the proper documentation and if they are not citizens, they got to go. They gotta go. Pack them up. Somebody got to lay down the law. You understand? You need leadership that sets order and stand on business. All of us got to have our documentations. Let you don't have your documentation. Let you don't have it. Let any of you don't have your proper documentation and watch what happened to you. Nobody gets a pass. All of us had to struggle. You bugging out. We all had to struggle. Ain't no passes here. You had to pay your dues, just like everybody else. You have a lot of us that came from other places, other countries, and you came to America, got your documentations, had to get your paperwork right, and now you good. The hell I care about their suffering? We suffered too. Hell you telling me? Shout out to Razor Rays in the building. Razor Rays. Appreciate you sponsoring the show, bro. Make sure y'all support and subscribe up to Razor Rays for all the latest news on traveling and these so-called countries out here where these brothers get robbed. But think about this, people. Don't you gotta have your documentation? How many of you ever went to try to do something and you didn't have your paperwork and you were denied? You were denied access and you were like, damn, all I need is just that paperwork that can't hook me up. They said, no, you got to go to the DMV. You got to get this. You got to get that. You got to update these papers. You got to get your social security right. You got to do all this mess. And then you were able to get things done. So if they don't got their paperwork, they got to go. And based on what I'm hearing, y'all ready for this? Based on what I'm hearing from these streets, based on what I'm hearing, and also shout out to Sandra. Sandra, happy birthday to Sandra. Shout out to her. Happy birthday, Sandra. I ain't forget, I seen your comment. Gotta make sure I salute the viewers. So shout out to her. Make sure y'all make her feel welcome with happy birthday to her. Right? Again, salute to Razor Rays, fam. Salute to Razor Rays. Listen, if you come to the country from anywhere else, you got to get your paperwork, right? Or else you get deported. Y'all know that. A lot of y'all got family members that was facing these issues. You know what I mean? Hold on a second, guys. Give me a minute. I got a call. Hold on. All right. A lot of you guys out there, you have family members that come to the country and they got issues with documents. And they had to get their paperwork right or they get deported. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? You had to get your paperwork right. Everybody knows that. Right? So what makes anybody else exempt from that? How could you be over here paying taxes and doing X, Y, and Z and you don't got your paperwork right? Does that make sense? No, everybody got to do what they got to do. If you want to be in America, get your paperwork right. Trump is trying to clean up shop. And I support that. Don't get mad with me. Shoo, that's helping America. I'm tired of the crime. I'm tired of the madness. And it doesn't have nothing to do with no race or where you come from or whatever the case is. Right is right, wrong is wrong. I'm tired of people getting passes and I don't get no pass. I don't get no passes. I got to do and fight and go through what I got to go through to survive. Everybody else got to go through the same. For real, man. You know? Let me see. Let's see. Okay, let me finish this up real quick. Shout out to, who's this? Is that Saran? I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing it right, fam. But shout out to you for your support. Appreciate you sponsoring the work. And again, salute to Razor Rays for coming through. Make sure y'all sub up. Let's hear what else she had to say.
But the vast majority of immigrants are not criminals. They pay taxes and are good neighbors.
How you paying taxes? You don't got paperwork. You don't got paperwork, but you paying taxes. You're doing this, you're doing that. Now, here's the thing. You don't think paperwork is important? Paperwork is important. But people want to do this at the last minute. You had all that time to get your paperwork right while Biden was running the show. Don't wait till the last minute because you should have known this was coming. Listen, when the bill collector come, you got to pay, man. When that car note is due, you better have that money. When that rent is due, you better have that money. The rent collector don't care about what you going through. All they care about is the money. That's what they care about. Do you understand? They don't want to hear about your sob story of, oh, I'm having a hard time with my family. I'm suffering. I just lost my job. Nobody cares. We all go through the struggle. Just like a lot of times people be thinking content creators don't go through nothing. Like we all got it made. We don't deal with no issues. What the fuck you think this is? I'm in the same world you live in. I got the same bills you got. The same shit. And guess what? The more you got, the more you pay. What you talking about? This ain't a game. We all striving to make it and survive. And sadly, there's a lot of people out here that are getting free rides, right? They're getting all these benefits and don't want to work. It's just like this. How many of you on a 9 to 5? Now watch me, hear me clearly. How many of you on the 9 to 5 are tired of the fact you got to go to work to provide for yourself and your family, while somebody else that's an able body can get assistance from the government, free rent, free food, and they living it up. And you know good and well that that person is not struggling. They milking the system, and you know they are. How many people you know like that? They're an able body. They don't want to work, but they collecting benefits from the government, housing, what do you call that stuff? Child care, all this stuff, insurance, everything free. They getting a free ride. And you know good and well that person be dressing up, styling up, and you're like, hold up now. I understand you got kids. I understand, your issues, but damn, you literally are milking the system. And you see this every day when you got to go to work and struggle. You don't like the fact that they're getting a free ride. Well, guess what? You got other people that are doing the same thing, and they're doing it worse. And you don't think Trump know what's going on? He know what's going on. Again, this is not about immigrants not being able to have citizenship and have support and build a life in America. The whole point here is following the rules, man. If I know I don't got my paperwork right and I know the government not playing, I'm in trouble. And based on what I'm hearing, they are willing to pack up the children too. That's right. This is based on what I'm hearing. I don't know how certain it is. I'm still trying to figure out how is that possible, because if a child is born in America, technically the child would be able to stay. But I'm thinking more or less what they're saying is children that came here with their parents. They all going back too. But I'm also hearing, like, let's say, for example, you have a woman that came and she had a baby in America. They going back too. The child too. This is what I'm hearing. I don't know how true it is, so don't quote me on that yet. Right? But this is what I'm hearing is that if, let's say, you had some immigrants, they came in and one of you brothers say, hey, I'm gonna mix mingle with this woman, make her live with me, and you had a baby going back with her too. Everybody. You understand? Everybody going back. So this is where they're getting upset by saying that Trump is going to be separating families. No, it's not Trump doing that. You did that to yourself. You got to take responsibility, fam. Everybody suffered. I knew family members that had to get deported because they didn't have their paperwork. I knew family members that came from Panama over here, didn't have their paperwork, and they were in America for a long time. Never took the responsibility to do what they had to do, got deported. You understand? Got deported. And you can't blame the system because you had more than enough time to get yourself together. I told you already. Anything we need in America, we got to get our documents and our papers right. That's why I always tell people, listen, in case of an emergency, listen, guys, everybody that's viewing right now, take the notes. Have a backup copy of all your documents, all your papers, everything that is important paper-wise, your passports, whatever it is you got, have a backup copy of all these documents in a Ziploc, sealed, ready to go if there was an emergency. Because that's the main thing you need to make sure you got with you, is all your paperwork. You do not need to be walking around and don't got your documents, because I'm telling you, they will treat you like you don't exist. You understand? So let's see what Trump is saying. Trump said the so-called bishop who spoke at the national prayer service on Tuesday morning was a radical left hardline Trump hater. Wow. That's wild right there. She brought her church into the world of politics in a way, ungracious way, in a very ungracious way. She was nasty in tone and not compelling or smart. She failed to mention the large number of illegal immigrants that came into our country and killed people. And that's right. She ignored all of that. She ignored all of that. She omitted all that information to try to shame Trump into to looking a certain way in front of everybody. You got to think about how it is. You go up there to the podium and you say those things. You don't got no respect. I mean, that conversation could have been held privately. That could have been an email. But the way she did what she did, come on now. That's a fight. You know? You don't do that to the president, dog. Like, no matter how you see it, you got to have some straight up respect. For real. Especially if you want changes. You know what I mean? Give me a minute, man. This damn phone keep going off every minute, man. For real. All right. You can't do that to the president and he in front of all these different people, and you doing this in the so-called church too. I thought there's supposed to be a separation between church and state. You know? I thought there's supposed to be a separation between church and state. So she used the church for her own political purposes by saying have mercy. No, this don't make no sense. God don't want to hear that, having mercy on all this mess. You know? He went on to say many were deposited from jails and mental institutions. Yeah, and they in New York right now. A lot of them in New York. Now, I can only speak for New York because I was there and always lived in New York and moved to North Carolina. And I can tell you straight up and down, the amount of crime due to illegals coming in is crazy. I can't speak for no other state. Only you could wherever you live in your neck of the woods. But I can tell you, the crime, the unfairness, illegals getting certain benefits and treatments that people that been here for thousands of years don't even get. Trump is tired of all of that. All these taxpayer dollars going into bullshit. No, enough is enough. Pack them up and send them back. Let them deal with their own problems, man. I know that sounds heartless, but at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. Listen, if you don't stand for what I just said, move in a bunch of migrants and illegals into your house today. Do it, hypocrite. If you care so much for everybody, move them into your house with your family. Let's see if you do it. Let's see if you do it. Show them mercy. Move all of the illegals into your house. Do it. I bet you won't. I bet you won't do it. You ain't gonna do it. You understand? You're not gonna do it because you don't want that responsibility. Well, why would you want to put that on the taxpayers? Why you want to put that on the government for? To be housing and bringing on all these different problems into the United States. No, enough is enough. Biden caused all of these problems, and he left these problems there for Trump to clean up. You don't think he know what he got to do? That's like renting a rental property. You move in, and the last resident destroyed the house. Now you gotta paint, you gotta clean, you gotta do this, you gotta do all this work because they didn't maintain it. Well, that's exactly what Biden did. Biden did not maintain the country. He caused a bunch of problems, nasty work, and left it all there on Trump's desk. And now Trump is being blamed for all of the problems we see right now. You got the fires breaking out in California again in another part. So people are panicking, running for their lives, fearful of losing their livelihoods and their properties, and now they're blaming it on Trump. They're blaming everything on Trump. You don't think he's under a lot of stress? He got to make quick decisions, guys. Quick decisions. You know? Yeah, Biden sent all this money overseas, but didn't do nothing for the people in North Carolina that's underwater, all the people that suffered in all these catastrophes. They ain't do nothing for the people in California, right? Where the money for them? Where's the money? But they got the money for wars, right? But they don't feed the poor, as the rappers say. And you expect me to have mercy? Ain't no mercy, fam. That man is doing God's work, literally, because the church is not doing it. I told you already, the church invite the rainbow inside. The church pastors, bishops, the band, the choir, all of them are in bed with one another. You know? It goes on and it says, it is a giant crime wave that is taking place in the U.S. Apart from her inappropriate statements, the service was a very boring and uninspiring one. She is not very good at her job. She and her church owe the public an apology. Come on now. And he's right. He's right. And you know what's so crazy about this, fam? You have these YouTubers, these so-called Hebrew Israelites that claim they serve the Most High, right? They were painting Donald Trump as the Antichrist, as the devil. But yet he's doing God's work. I ain't saying that man is a Bible believer and he's a this and he's a that, but right is right and wrong is wrong. If you want leadership in your country, you need someone in office that's going to rule with an iron fist. Somebody that's not going to be bullshitting. Somebody that's going to stand on business even if you get mad. You know? You need leadership. Kamala wouldn't be able to do that. She won't. You understand? You got to make tough calls. And that's what he's doing. Got this bishop woman up there talking crap like that's going to change Trump's mind. No, it's not. It's going to only infuriate him even more. And now he's going to really rule with an iron fist and make you understand that he's going to stand on business. Tired of this mess, man. Some of us out here that are family orientated, we are tired of the bullshit, man. We tired. We want leadership in office that's going to do their job and do it right. I don't care about nobody's feelings. I don't care. If you don't got your paperwork, you got to go. You got to go. That's it. I don't want to hear nothing else. No crying, no tears. You had more than enough time to do that. Because I was watching a news broadcast where they were talking about how, Trump shut down this app that was not allowing people to do their appointments for whatever. No, it's not that he did this and did that. You had more than enough time, man. All throughout the term of Biden, you had more than enough time to get your situation right. You waited for the last minute. No, when the repo man come and you see that tow truck, don't cry. Just wave your car goodbye. You didn't pay the payment. All of us been there. All of us been through either evictions, repo man, repossession, garnishing of your pages and wages. All of us been through the fire. I don't want to hear nothing. We all got to pay our dues. You got to pay to play. Once we get our life right and we start adulting and doing what we got to do, we'll avoid all the bullshit. You know, it's just like some of you parents out there, you trying to raise your kids, you trying to tell them what they need to do, and they playing games. You telling your son, look, bro, you need to get a job, you need to get your life right, you need to do this, you need to do that. He busy playing. You're like, look, son, when you get older, things ain't gonna be easy. Look, daughter, you're gonna have to do what you gotta do. Mom, dad ain't gonna always be here, but they wanna play. Okay, cool. Stay there and keep playing. Stay there and keep playing. Eventually, you're gonna grow up, you're gonna be broke, busted, and disgusted, and you ain't gonna have a damn dollar in your pocket. Why? Because you don't wanna work. You expecting somebody to give you a handout. And that's how a lot of our kids be. They want handouts. And that's exactly how a lot of immigrants are when they come to the country. They figure, well, they got to take us because according to the laws and the Constitution, they got to do this, they got to do that. No, we don't got to do a damn thing. You got to go back. Bye. You got to go back. In order for us to clean up all of these problems, whoever's in charge got to lay down the law. You'll thank him later on once all of these things get done. Because we got way more important business to take care of. We got wildfires going on. You got people being burnt out of their houses and homes. We got inflation. We got all this mess. We got all sorts of problems going on right now. You know what I mean? The housing market is crazy. Rent is going up. I mean, it's crazy. No jobs. So who's going to give me a job? Who's going to give you a job? If all these different people is coming in here, they even got paperwork. Who's getting the jobs? See? A lot of you lost your jobs because other people came in from other countries and they took your job. And you were put out because they put somebody else in and gave them a lower pay. Come on, man. I've seen all of this happen when I was on a 9-to-5. I seen different areas get bought out and they hired new workers that were immigrants and they took our jobs. I seen this happen. So I don't give a fuck how anybody feel, dog. For real. I seen how this thing go. You know what I mean? So he recognized this, that the American people come first. You come first. Your jobs matter. Your livelihood matters. And this is just the beginning. This is just a beginning of the cleanup. You see what I mean? But at the same time, while he doing his job, you got to do your job too. If you're an American, if you're a man, woman, you got to still do your job too. Don't just put it all on him. He's doing the work from the political level, but you got to do your work from, the base level of where you are. If everybody's doing their job, we all good. But no. You want to have mercy and cry. Again, if you want to have mercy on everybody, invite them to stay by your house. That's all I'm saying. Invite them to stay by your house, cook them meals, bring their kids in, take care of them, and let's see how long that lasts for you. Let's see how long it lasts, man. Come on now. If you really want to show mercy, you should be practicing mercy yourself. Don't put it on the federal government. You do it. You do it. Just like with all of these fires in Cali, you got them setting up Red Cross donations and all this mess. Where are all these rich celebrities with their money? Where are all the celebrities with their millions and millions of dollars? You shouldn't be giving one dime. All of these celebrities should be supporting this thing with all of their millions. But no, they hoard up their money while you are footing the bill. Nah. The federal government shouldn't be coming in to do this and do that. No, let these rich celebrities empty their bank accounts. You know what I mean? Let them put up a couple of millions. Where's Jay-Z to put up 100 million? Where's Elon Musk to put up 3 billion? Where's the money? Waiting for somebody else to get the money while the poor is just remaining poor. No. Tired of all this mess. We suffered enough. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, the bishop lady is wrong. Trump is right. And he's doing a lot of stuff right now that's going to help out. Now, that doesn't mean we celebrate too early, but at the same time, we got to make better decisions, especially you brothers with these women. Stop having these babies out of wedlock if you're not planning on taking care of these kids. You know what I mean? That way you don't have no crazy baby mama. Now, what Trump is doing in terms of, hey, if this woman getting child support, she ain't getting no taxes. She ain't getting nothing. No tax return. No tax return for her. No. You know what I mean? You need all the key players in place to make sure the job is done right. You know what I mean? The job need to be done right. So stop getting emotional. A lot of these businessmen, these politicians, these presidents, and all these different key players, they understand what the agenda is. Now, a lot of you religious folks, you have your own opinion. I get it. But at the end of the day, you still live in America. If you got such a problem with America, leave. Leave. Hypocrite. You don't belong here if you got a problem with how it's being run. That one thing I cannot stand is a religious person that's crying all day about, yeah, the government this, the government that. I get it. But at the end of the day, you still live here. And if you're really a praying person, you should be able to see the difference when a president is doing God's work from when he's doing the devil's work. You're supposed to be able to know by his actions. You think if a real man of God was doing God's work, it's going to be loved by the people? No, he's not. He's not going to be loved. He's going to be hated. No one hates when you stand on business. So don't blame Trump. Blame yourself. If you had your paperwork right, you be good. You know what I mean? And God don't support sin. God don't support confusion. God don't support none of that madness. So if you got a problem with what he have to say, take it up with God, because he don't support that mess either. Anyway, y'all, I'm gonna get up on out of here. Y'all rate, comment, and subscribe. It is what it is. You know what I mean? All these religious folks talking all this crap on social media, yet Trump is doing God's work. That's crazy, man. He's doing God's work. Isn't that what you always wanted? Isn't that what you wanted? Somebody to stand on business? Stand on some of the principles of God? Isn't that what you cry about all day? I mean, you cry about this stuff all day. Now you complain. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, but he's breaking up my family. He's taking away my kids. He's deporting my woman. Hey, that's your problem, dog. That's your problem. Half of these cats are not even married to these women. I see people on YouTube basically saying that Trump is the devil, he's the Antichrist, all this other junk. Really? But yet you gonna be benefiting from his policies? You're going to be benefiting from all that stuff, right? Yeah, you hypocrite. Hypocrites, man. You live in America. It needs to be cleaned up ASAP. That way we could get back to living life. You know what I mean? For real, for real. Half of you haven't even lived your life in years. You've been just existing in this wicked world because all these policies and changes, it just keeps you on a damn treadmill all day, suffering and going crazy. It's time for us to live. So, hey, I support what he had to say. I support what he's doing, and it is what it is. If you don't like it, unsubscribe. I don't care. Get mad. I don't care. Somebody got to clean up house. Get your paperwork right. Get your house in order. Look at your life. Look at what you got going. If you're an immigrant and you ain't get yourself together, that's on your problem. That's your problem, man. Don't cry to me. Don't tell me I'm heartless and I'm this. Listen, you are the one who's heartless. Because if you know you got a family and you know you ain't getting your paperwork right, you know you ain't going down to them offices, you've been ignoring all of the emails, the mail that they've been sending you to get yourself situated. You've been ignoring all of these things and you waited for the last minute for Trump to get into office and think he's going to be playing games. He's not playing games, man. He's not playing games. Period. You should have been got yourself together. Every immigrant that came to America know what in the world they had to do. They had to get their paperwork right. So it is what it is, y'all. Y'all take care. Peace and blessings to the mods in the chat. I'll catch you later on. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Click that like button ASAP. We need those likes to be 400. We need those likes to be 400. We out. Rate, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you on the next video. Ringo TV Reactions. Make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. I'm out. Peace.
If you like our content, consider supporting via Cash App at $Ringo TV Raw. Become a patron on patreon.com for exclusive video content not shown on YouTube. You could also support through PayPal at paypal.me/Ringo TV Raw. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click the bell to be notified of new content. Follow me on Instagram at Ringo TV Raw.
This is Ringo TV Reactions, the only channel on YouTube bringing you the truth 100% raw and uncut.